Hello everyone. I believe that I am live, and if I am audible to you people properly, gives a thumbs up in the comment section. Hello Manthan. If I'm properly audible to you guys, you can tell me in the comment section. Let's wait for a few more minutes so that everyone can join in. Till then, let's see what kind of audience do we have today. So you guys are from which year and which college? Write the name of your college in the comment section. Good evening, Vikas. Okay, fourth year, Ganpat University. Good evening. Tamil Selvi, good evening. Praveen is from Perry Institute of Technology. Good. Hello. Vikas is from RC Patel Institute of Management. How many of you attended the last session that we had yesterday? Good evening, Saranya. DN Patel College of Engineering. Okay. Hello, Shruti. Did you guys have any doubt from the topics that we covered yesterday? You can write that in the comment section. Okay, Praveen. If you guys have any doubt, you can write that in the comment section. Okay, so no doubt, I guess. We'll be starting in few minutes. Let's wait for some more people to join in. Saranya, it's no issue. You can go to the YouTube video back. It's saved there on the YouTube channel of edspread. You can watch that video there. Okay, so you want me to give some important points? Actually, I already covered all the basics of Python in yesterday's session. So I guess you will have to watch the video. But for today's session, I can say that I'll tell you again about the syntax in the starting only. Is that okay, Praveen? Okay, Charan, we can build so many projects using this Python language, and moreover, we will be covering some algorithms of ML2 in coming days. So with that, you can build basic level projects easily. Okay, Sharon, I'll be telling you a few projects in tomorrow's session that you can build using basic Python. No need to worry about that. We will discuss about that in the next class. Surely, Charan, I'll be discussing that in the next class. I'll suggest you some ideas for that. No need to worry. So everyone, let's get started with the second introduction, class of Python. Is my screen properly visible to you guys? Do I need to zoom in or not? Okay, so it is properly visible. So I guess we can get started with initially we'll be discussing about the Python basics. So for yesterday, someone was asking me about the basic syntax of Python. Let's get started with that only. This is online compiler for Python. You can search and use any compiler for Python or any other languages that you use. Basically for Python, you need to write online Python compiler. So you'll get that. Yes, Prakriti, the PPTs will be shared with you guys in the Telegram group. Stay active there. So if we need to print any statement in Python, you need to use this print function, and inside these braces, you need to write the string or any number that you want to print. This is a string, so that's why I have used double quotations, or you can also use single ones in Python. If I'll run this, it will print hello world as I've given that instruction. The most important thing that I discussed yesterday was indentation. In what is indentation? It is basically used to delimit the blocks. Like if I'll give some space here, it will throw an error. See, this error also states that this is an indentation error. Here, we are starting with the program. I have not written any statements. I'm not using any for loop or any conditional statement. So I need to start it from the very starting of the line. I don't need to give any spaces. So if I'll remove the spaces, then I'll run it again. So it will print normally. Yes, you can use single quotations instead of double ones. You can, I'll replace this. I'll take it in the single quotations. Then also it will work fine. See, for strings, you can use either double one or single one. So this was about the basic syntax. So continuing with today's class, Introduction to Python. Yesterday we were discussing the data types in Python. We discussed about the syntax, variables, and strings, and we also discussed loops and conditional statements. So for next sequence type, we have list. So basically, what is a list? List is an ordered sequence of items. To define any list, the basic syntax is you need to use these square brackets. And you can give any element pass any element in the string. Let me show you an example. Suppose I'm defining a list. You can use any variable. Here, you can suppose, let me write list 1. So for list 1, to define a list, I need to use square brackets. Then I can pass on the elements that I need to use. So this is a list. If I want to print the list, I can simply write list print and pass on the variable name that I used for the list. Yes, you will be getting the PPTs for yesterday's session and today's session too in the Telegram group only. I'll print this. So see, this list is printed. So this is how you define the list, and this is the basic syntax of the list. And for list, you can also pass on different types of data types. Like after 3, there is not anything like I need to pass all the numbers or all the strings or all the floating numbers. Here I can also pass on a string. See, so this will also work fine. So the most important thing is here that list is an ordered sequence of items. What do we mean by this? That we use indexing here. Like for example, if I want to access the first element in a list, I can use the basic indexing. Like I can write I need the element at the 0th index. I'll run this, then it will print 1. We have like any other language, we have starting index as 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, and so on. If I want to access the 4th index, then it will print error because the number of elements are 4 here, but the indexing starts from 0. So we can have 0, 1, 2, and 3. So indexing is still 3. So if I'll give the index as 3, it will work fine. Is it clear till here? Or do you guys have any doubts? Is the basic things about list clear to everyone? If you guys have any doubt, you can write that in the comment section. Okay, clear. Okay, Manthan. Okay, Prajakta. So, so this was about the basics of list. Let us jump to some coding part. So, one most important thing is lists are mutable. That means we can change the any element in the list. That I will tell you in a while. For that, this is what I told you, that I can define the list. This is the basic syntax. I used the variable mylist here, and in square brackets I passed on the elements. So if I'll be printing the list, then it will print like this only, like single strings that I have passed in the list. And for uh, reversing of list, what do you think, guys, think the answer should be if I want to reverse any list? Do anyone of you know that how to reverse a list? Is there any inbuilt function or anything? Manvendra, yes, you can use VS Code also for Python. For that, you will have to download the Python extension in the VS Code. If you want, in the next class, I will tell you about VS Code also. But the more, I guess the easiest way to for Python is to use either Google Colab or Jupyter Notebook. So anyone of you know how to reverse a list? Yes, the list should come from behind if I reverse the list. Is there any function? Okay, use Atom. Yes, Atom is also a good platform. Good code editor. Karthikeyan, this was for the string, I guess. And that too, you have to use the square brackets because you are using indexing. Always remember, when you are trying to access any index, you have to use square brackets. So, okay, let me tell you the answer. You will have to use the function reverse. Here, I'll be passing on the variable name, then dot reverse. If I'll run it, then my list will be reversed. See, the list is reversed. Sun was at last, and now it is at the 0th index. Yes, Prajakta. Yes, Komal, by using the reverse function. Now moving on, as I told you, lists are mutable. By mutable, I mean that you can append anything or delete anything from the list. This is very important thing that you will be knowing just in a while why this thing is important. So if I want to append anything, that is insert anything in the list, I need to pass the variable name of the list, which is my list, then dot append, then the value that of the element or any string as an element that I want to get appended in my list. By using append function, you will always append the string or the number at the last. See, it is coming at the last. But if you want to you pass or insert anything in between the list at any given indexing, then you can need to use the function insert, in which you have to pass two parameters, one being the index and one being the string or number. Yes, by random list, what do you mean? So for now, if I'll run it, it will insert the yes string at the third index. So what should be the third index according to the list that we had earlier? 0, 1, 2, 3. So it should be at the place of earth. So yes will come at the place of earth and other elements will be shifted right side. If you want to check the length of the string, you can use length function simply and get it printed. So now I updated or added two things in my list. So the length of my string is 7. Initially it was 5, then I appended ABCD, then yes, so now it is 7. Yes, Praveen, you can use any loop also for reversing like you use in any other language. Just the thing is, you have to be careful of the iterating variable that you must be using. Same for indexing part. If I want the zeroth element at the zeroth index, then you can use my list name of the variable that you are using for list. Then you can pass on the index. So for zeroth index, the sun will be printing. For fifth index, what do you guys think should be printed? This is our updated list. At fifth index, what we have at the fifth index, a string. What kind of string do we have? Like the name. Yes, we have the as the fifth string. So let me comment it out and get it printed. Yes, Mobin, you're right. Yes, Manthan. Yes, Shruti. So now about the slicing. Yesterday also we discussed slicing in the string. We have the same syntax here. You have to write the variable name. Then in square brackets, you need to mention the indexes, starting with the starting index and the ending index. Again, the main thing is everything will get printed except the last index. Like if you are mentioning 4 here, everything will get printed starting from 1 to 3. And for this case, everything will be printed from the fourth index till last because we have not mentioned the ending index. So I'll run this one. You can compare with the list that we had. See, we have around as the first index and then 1, 2, 3. It is getting printed till yes. We are not in getting earth in the answer. Komal, if you want to append more than one thing in the string in the list, then you need to use any loop so that that function can run more than one. So this is how slicing works, similar to the string that we discussed yesterday. Now this is again I'm defining a string teachers that I have added different names. I'm printing it simple. Now again I'm using the indexing thing here that I need to print that at the second index which teacher do we have. If I'll get it printed, then I have to count 0, 1, 2. I have push as the second teacher, and then I'll be appending Anush. So I've not using append function. I already told you that the string will be appended at the last. See, at last we have Anil. After that, Anush will be appended. So if I'll run it, you will have this as answer. Is it fine for everyone till here? Is it fine for everyone, or do you guys have any doubts? Okay, Tejaswini. Okay, Manthan. Okay, so let's move further. Now again, insert function that we already discussed, that we have to pass the index, then the string or any number that we need to insert in between the list. So I passed the 0th index. So new teacher is this string, new teacher is inserted at the 0th index. Now about deleting, we can use the del keyword here. I need to write the del keyword and then the list name, then the index, that which string, which number or any data type I want to delete from the string, from the list. So if I'll write del teachers 1, then at first index we have Aman, this will be deleted. You can see I forgot to run this one. So yeah, after this, see, we have same list here, only Aman is deleted from here. Okay, Praveen, we will do that at the last. Or we can discuss this in the next class so that we can cover more data types today. Now about removing function, we have, like we have delete function. For del keyword, we have to mention the index, but in remove function, you can pass the string if you don't know the index which you want to delete. So if I'll write teachers dot remove, teachers is the name of the list, dot remove, I'm mentioning new teacher. If we'll assume that I don't know the indexing of this string, then this will be automatically will be removed. See, new teacher is removed now. So again, same thing. This shows that we can have different types of data types in the string itself. Like this is an integer and these are the strings. So this is how you print a list, and using this is how you reverse a list. Similar things that we discussed. Again, printing. Now main thing is sorting. Do you guys know that how sorting works in list? Any idea? Am I properly audible to you guys? And my screen is properly visible, I believe. So you guys have any idea about sorting function that we have in list? Yes, Prajakta. By sorting, I mean ascending or descending both the orders. Do you know the name of the function that we can use? What do you want me to repeat, Vikas? Okay, yes, Komal, we have sorting function. Yes, Praveen. Yes, so moving on. This, we can use the sorting function normally if we want to uh, sort a list in the ascending order. So we can sort this list only. because we have integers here. So I've defined two lists here, which I'll be using for example purpose, but I'll be using sorting functions on list A list 1. So if I'll use the sorting function, this will sort my list into in the ascending order. And but for descending part, I need to pass that reverse is equals to true in the function, which means I'll be having my list in the descending order. See, if I'll comment out this part and run, then I am having my list sorted in the ascending order form. See, but if I want in the descending order, I have passed reverse is equals to true, then I have this it in the descending order. By reversing, I'm saying yes, I need to reverse the string, and that I'll be getting after sorting. After sorting, I'll be getting the descending ascending list in the form of ascending order, but then I need to convert it into the descending order, so I'll pass that reverse is equals to true. So this is how sorting works. So this is again the example of the sorting. This list will be sorted, again same thing, and for then I'll be printing this, and this is I'm checking if Aman is present in A list. We used different operators yesterday, so in is one of them. So it will tell me that if is Aman, this string is present in the list, it is giving me the answer as true. Again, using the for loop, we discussed the for loop yesterday on the list 2. So this is A that I have in the as list. So if I'll be iterating this I variable in the list and printing everything that I get. So I'll get everything printed starting from the 0th index till the ending length of the list. So this was all about list. Do you guys have any doubt till here? Shall we move on? Move further? Okay, so no doubt we can move to the next topic, that is tuple. It is also a sequence type data type in Python. It is also an ordered sequence. Then you must be wondering how it is different from list. Why do we have similar kind of data types here? So the most important thing is, I told you lists are mutable. You can change the list even after defining the list, but tuples are immutable. This is the most important thing, that once you define the tuple, it cannot be modified. You will have to write your whole code using the tuple that you defined initially. Okay, Prajakta, you want me to explain how for loop works? 1 second, let me cover a little bit of tuples, then I'll get back to the for loops again. So for defining for loop, we have something like similar to list. Only the difference is that we need to use there we used square brackets. Here you have to use the round brackets. See, then you can pass on any element that you need to pass on. Is it fine? Like, I'll tell you, this was a list, but if I want to define any tuple, let me give a name variable as tuple1. I'll use round brackets, then give the elements that I need in my tuple. And if I want to get it printed, I can get it printed too. So see, this is a tuple. When I got my string list printed, it gave me the list in the square brackets, but for tuple, it is giving me in the round brackets. So is it fine till here? Okay. So let's get to the doubt that Prajakta had about for loops. How to iterate in for loops. See, you must be using any other language like C, C++ or Java. There also you have for loop. So this is it is basically similar to that only in Python also. Here you have to write the for keyword, then you have to write the variable name. Let me use var here as the variable name. Then I'll be using iterating over the list. So I have passed that if for var present in it, that means I'll be iterating over the whole list. I'll be iterating over the whole list and printing everything in the list. If I'll run this one, then it will print hi, 1, 3, 45, hello, hey, in the similar pattern. So this is how it works. Is it fine, projector? I hope it is clear so that we can move to the tuple back. So I was telling you guys about tuple. So for tuple, what do we do actually? I told you it is immutable. Here, if I'll change something for list, suppose I am printing this third index only. So I'll change the third index. Okay, so at third index, I had string. But if I'll now change it to, suppose, something like hi. So now if I'll print it again, it will not give me any error. It will simply change my list. But now if I'll write anything like tup1, the name of the tuple, then I'll write, suppose the at first index, I want to change the integer 2 and give it the value of 0 here. It will give me an error. See, tuple does not support item assignment. You cannot assign the tuple also. You need to assign the tuple when you are declaring it on at that point of time only. And you can also not change the tuple. Tuples are immutable. You cannot change. This is the difference between list and tuple. So I believe this is clear to everyone. So similarly, this will throw an error. But you can get printed everything in the tuple. Otherwise, everything is similar. This will throw an error. So let us comment this out. I'll mention here. This will throw an error. So if I want to get printed any particular indexing from the tuple, it is similar. I'll use square brackets for mentioning the index. Then I'll print it. It will give me 2. Everything is similar. So is it clear to everyone? Can we move to the code file now? Is it fine for everyone? Okay, Prajakta. Okay, Mukund. Okay, Manthan. So let's move to the code file now. Let me reconnect. I guess one time got disconnected. So yeah, it is connecting. So yeah, now we can move further. So simply, I told you tuples are just like list, but the main thing is they are immutable. That means you cannot change their values. And for again, the indexing is same, similar to list part only. Indexing starts from 0. So again, it is a ordered sequence because we are using the indexing here. Okay, so I'm defining a tuple here with a variable name months, and I'll be passing on different months into it. And again, for printing anything, any tuple, it is similar to other data types. I'll write print months, so it will print all the months in the form of a tuple. You can see the answer. Now again, I'm writing weeks. another tuple weeks with passing on different weeks name. Here you can use, for string I use single quotations, and here I used double ones. So but again also both are used for defining the strings. So now I'll be printing months plus weeks, weeks plus month. I'm doing concatenation here for both the strings. So it will print all the weeks, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then it will print all the months, January, February, like this. You can see the answer. This one, first one. Now for the second part, I have multiplied this week's tuple with 3. Again, yesterday I told you guys, if you are multiplying any string or any other data type with any numeric value, particularly numeric by numeric I mean any integer, then it will print it 3 times. Like it is printing the same tuple weeks 3 times. See. So is it fine till here for everyone? Can we move further? Any doubts? Okay, Tejaswini. Okay, Manthan. Okay, so next, similar with the indexing part, we have the indexing starting from 0, and we can get any index printed using square brackets. As I told you, whenever you need to access any index in Python, you need square brackets, no matter what kind of data type you are using. So again, for months 2, I'll comment out the 11th one, this one. So for months 2, it will be printing 0, 1, 2, March. And but for the months 11, it will be printing the 11th index, which is December. Now I have a question for you guys. Like, can we have different kinds of data types in the single tuple like we had for list? Can we have that? Like in list, we had different kinds of data types in the single string. Like this 1, 2, 3 are integers, number type, and this is a string, which is a sequence type only. So can we have similar thing in tuple? What do you guys think? Yes, we can have same thing in tuple. Yes, Manthan. We can have the same thing in tuple. Very good. So we can also define a tuple. I've used this variable name, so I'll be using the other one. So I'll be defining a tuple with the similar items. Let's say I'll be copying this one, pasting it here. So yeah, this will not give any error. We can simply get it printed to check. See, we can have the same thing in tuple also. So let's move further. For slicing, similar to indexing part that we have already discussed, that we have to mention the first index, then the last index, and everything will be printed till last index minus 1. So everything, for this case, everything will be printed. I'll comment out this part, starting from the second index till 5th index. So at second index we had March, and at the 5th index we had June. So that's why it is getting printed. Similar for these two, if we are not mentioning the starting index, so everything will get printed from the starting index till 3rd index, ending index minus 1, so 3rd index. And if in this case everything will get printed starting from the 6th index till the end. Yes, Tamil Selvi, I'll be sharing the Attendance link at 7:50. Yes, same for all these are examples. Now, as I told you that tuples are immutable, that means you cannot change the tuple. So if I'll try to insert anything in the tuple, it will show me an error that it has no attribute insert or any attribute append. See, so this shows that tuples are immutable. So I can comment out this part because this will give me an error. So this was all about tuple. Komal, I'm not able to understand what you are asking. Praveen, in output, single quotes are appearing. These are indicating that this is a string that we have passed. Suppose if I'll use any other thing for you, like example, name tuple, I'll be using like 1 and 2. Then I'll be printing it. Then it will not show any quotation marks, either single or double. So this shows this is integer. Is it fine? And Komal, I guess you are trying to ask that difference, but only difference tuple having more than one element string. No, like list also can have more than one string as an element. See, if I'll pass another one here, like string 2, I'll run this one. I'll comment out this part and get only list printed. So see, we can have more than one strings in list too. Okay, so moving on, I believe everything is clear. Now next data type, that is dictionary. This is the last data type that we'll be discussing in Python. So the other two data types that we discussed were list and tuple, which were an ordered sequence, ordered collection. But dictionary is an unordered collection of key and value pairs. By key and value, I'll tell you what do I mean. Actually, dictionaries are basically used for retrieving a data. Here we'll be having one key. This is key 1, here is key, and this Jimmy here is value. And then again 2 is key and Alex is a value. So this is how we define a dictionary. For dictionary, we have to use curly braces. In list, we were using square braces. Then in tuple, we were using round braces. Then in dictionary, we'll be using curly braces. Karthikeyan, we cannot insert anything in the tuple. This is the difference. Like tuple is immutable. If you are defining a tuple, you will have to initially only you will have to write that this is the tuple that you cannot change in for the further program. And for the attendance link, yes, I'll be sharing at 7:50. Don't worry. And for Prajakta, okay, so for month 7, that will be printing everything starting from the 0th index till 6th index. You can try that afterwards. No, tuple elements are not changeable. This is the difference between list and tuple. That in list, you can add or insert or append other elements afterwards also. But for tuple, you have to write every element that you want in the tuple at the same time only. No, even if there is one element, that is also the tuple. This is depends on the type of braces you are using. That in list you were using square brackets, and in tuple you were using round brackets. But in dictionary you need to use curly braces. For dictionary, I'll tell you how do we define it. I'll reconnect it. No, tuple element cannot be changed. I'm repeating it again. So let's move on to the dictionary. We have each key separated by colon. This is the basic syntax of any dictionary. You can use any variable for defining this. Okay, attendance link, I'll be sharing it. Let me tell you about the syntax first, then I'll be sharing attendance link. So for this is key here. In keys also and in values also, you can use any data type, any string, any integer, any floating number. Don't need to worry about that what we can use. So this is here, 1 is the key and 1 2 3 here is the value. So if I'll get it printed, so it will print it in the similar manner. See, all 1 2 3 are keys and 1 2 3 3 4 5 6 7 8 are the values, and the length of the dictionary here is 3. Okay, so for attendance link, yes, I'll be sharing it. I've shared the attendance link in the comment section, and if you guys want to connect with me, this is my Twitter handle. You can follow me on Twitter. There, yes, you can get this IPYNB file. I'll talk to the team for this. Otherwise, the PPTs will be shared with you guys in the Telegram group itself. So I have shared both attendance link with you guys and my Twitter handle too. If you guys want to connect with me, you can follow me on Twitter and connect with me there. So now back to dictionary. So for dictionary, this is how you define. You have one key, then value, then key, then value, and key and value should be separated by colons. And each item is separated by commas, as you can see. Rushil, I'll be okay. If you want my LinkedIn profile, I'll share it tomorrow with you. But I would prefer Twitter, that you guys can connect with me on Twitter. So again, back to dictionary. Now let us complete today's syllabus for today. This is how you define a dictionary. It is defined using curly braces. The important thing is keys are immutable. You can change the values in the dictionary, but you cannot change the keys in the dictionary. See, and one more thing, if you are giving more than one entry per key, then that means the value that you provided afterwards will be considered. Like here, I define this dictionary, then I pass the keys as Aman, Anu, and IOP, any random things that you can give here. So after the keys I defined, again I use single key 2 times. So the value for 1 2 3 will be discarded and the key Aman will be given the value 555. This is how it works. I'll run this one. So you can see the answer that Aman is getting 555, and other part elements of the dictionary are same, but this one is discarded. So you cannot change the key afterwards. If we want to access any variable, any element in the key, then you will have to access it using key. That's why I told you guys that dictionaries are unordered. In list and tuple, we were using normal indexing starting from 0. So that's why they were ordered collection of elements. But dictionary is unordered collection because we cannot use normal numeric indexing here. In front of you only, if I'll write the name of the dictionary and indexing, you can see it will throw an error. See, it shows an error that I don't, in this line only. We cannot use normal indexing in dictionary. This will throw an error. So yeah, but if I want it to get print the value at the index Anu, you can see it will print 3 4 5. Same. Now moving on about updating the existing value. Yes, you can update it using key. I changed the value for the key Aman. Then I printed it, so it is changed. and I can add new item also. I just need to write the name of the dictionary, then the key that I want, then pass the value to it, and new item will be added at the last. Same, same as we discussed. This is also same about how to update the existing value. We added a new thing. Now I want to update existing value that I did for Aman. Same thing here. Now this is how you can get printed. This is how you can get printed the values and keys from the dictionary. If I'll write anything like the name of the dictionary and then dot values, it will give me all the values. You can see. I'll run this one. In Dulkar, yes, we'll be sharing the PPTs in the Telegram group today itself. You don't need to worry about it. So these are the dictionary values. See, these are the values. Then for keys, I had Aman, Anu, IOP, and VI random keys that I gave. Let me delete this one. Yeah. So this is how you can get printed all the values and keys in the dictionary. Now how to delete the item from dictionary? Yes, dictionaries are mutable, just like list. You can make changes in the list itself and in dictionary too, but you cannot change tuples. So we learned how to change the or append or insert anything in dictionary. Now let's see how to delete it. Again, you can use the delete keyword, and again you instead of index you need to pass the key that you want to get deleted. So the Anu will get deleted. You can see this key and value are deleted now. Now for deleting the whole dictionary, you can use this function dot clear method, and then the empty dictionary will get printed. See. Now let's see how two dictionaries work together. Here I have two dictionaries, pets 1 and pets 2, with different keys and values. This is just I'm normally printing here. The main thing is if I want to get my pets 1 updated using the pets 2 dictionary. Yes, Komal, I will be sharing these files with you after the class today itself. You don't need to worry, but in the Telegram group. So if I use update function here using and passing the pets 2 dictionary, then the pets 1 will be updated. Let's see, I'll comment this pets 2 printing part, and you can see the pets 1 is changed. Initially pet 1 was this, but now along with this part, this whole dictionary is printed. That means pet 1 is now this. Here cat and cat key with the value black, but the value for dog key is changed because in second dictionary we had the key value animal for the dog, as I discussed earlier. That you can give the values afterwards too. Okay, Manvendra, I'll go fast. I'll try to go fast. I'm just going slow, just that everyone who does not know Python or is not connected to it can understand. So this is how dictionary works. Is it fine with you guys till here? And this thing is similar how to get the values and keys printed for any dictionary. Is everyone clear with dictionary part? Praveen, you can get the Telegram group in the WhatsApp group that you must have joined. Is everything clear till here? Okay, so this was all about dictionary. let's see some few more topics like Boolean. I already discussed with you guys yesterday, but I included the theoretical part in this PPT that will be shared after this class, like true stands for 1 and false stands for 0, and how to use or and statements. I already discussed all this in the last class. And type also, how to check the type of variable you have, either it is integer, either it is string, or either it is float. I already discussed this with you guys. And how to convert everything between the data types, like we took input of string but converted into int. If you guys remember, I can show you again that. I'll comment this out. So yeah, so if I'll want to take input of name, or let's say I need to take input of integer, so I can have any integer input and I'll be storing it in var, and will get printed the type of var that I have. Let's run this. I'll entering 3 and it gives printing 3. Oh, I forgot to add the tab type. So now it will tell me the type of variable that I entered. So it shows the type of variable I entered is string, but this is an integer. So now I need to convert it into integer. So I'll have to mention that the input should be converted to integer. This is how conversion works. Now it will give me answer as integer. So this is how this conversion works between data types. Is everything clear to you guys till here? Can we move to the last topic of today's class? Attendance link, I'll share it again. Again, I'll share my Twitter handle with you guys. Okay, for the last topic, we'll be studying different libraries that we have in Python. Okay, so this is the basic. I'll be just covering just one data type of pandas library today. So we have pandas library in Python, which is used for data manipulation. In the first class only, I discussed why Python is beginner friendly, because it has many inbuilt libraries that you can use for different functions. This pandas library is used for data manipulation. Like we'll be building the project, so we'll be having data, and for that we need to process the data. We cannot pass anything to the code. We need to process data. We need to remove some columns. We may need to add some columns. We need to change the indexing, and so many things that we can do. We'll not go further into it. So we have these data types in data structures in pandas: series, data frames, and panels. So today we will be discussing series. So series is a 1D labeled homogeneous array. Sagar, if we had any time left at the end of this bootcamp, then we can do deployment also. Otherwise, I think but I need to cover so many algorithms. So let's see. If we have time, we will do that also. So this is a 1D labeled homogeneous array series. So let's get to the code basically. The main thing is we have also one more thing, data frames in the pandas data structure that we'll be discussing tomorrow. It is 2D labeled data structure, and this is 1D. This is the difference between series and data frames. So let's get to the code. So this, for using any library in Python, initially you need to import that library using the keyword import. I wrote import pandas, then I can import this library, then I can use this library's different functions. Is my screen clear to everyone? Is my screen clear to everyone, or do you have any problem in visibility of screen? I believe my screen is clear, so let's move further. So let me have any variable name here, SR. So I need to import the series from pandas library. So I'll write pandas dot series and S should be capital. I already told you Python is a case sensitive language. So some things are to be written capital and some things are need to be written in small. So I'll be sharing like pandas need to be written in small words. And but series, the starting first letter of series should be capital. So I wrote SR is equals to pandas dot series and I'll be printing it. So initially my series is empty. I've not passed any value, anything to series. So this is empty. So this shows that this is a series, but it is empty. Now next, here I wrote importing pandas as PD. This means I created the object for the pandas that I instead of writing whole word pandas again and again like this, I can use only PD instead of pandas like here I used it. So I wrote import pandas as PD. So instead of writing pandas everywhere I'll be writing PD. So this is a list that I declared data. You can see. Then I converted this data into the series. Like this is the variable name for the series. So pd dot series, I passed a list into it. So I'll comment out the other things and we can see how this gets printed. Because pandas is a library used for data manipulation. That you can see this example also. The list is getting converted into a series, 1D series. So this is pandas. See, this was a list. I printed this data. Now I converted this data into a series, 1D series. That means we have a normal series only, Python 12, and this shows the indexing. This 0, 1, which is done by the library itself. So this shows the indexing. Now, if I want to get the index also printed of the series, I can write dt.index. So this shows the range of the indexes starting from 0 and step is 1 and stop is 2 because we have only two elements, so 0, 1. And if I want values, I can get that also printed using dt.values. See, I have this array Python and 12 in the series. Now moving on. So this is again I'm defining a 1D dataset that is a list. I'm converting this list into series using pd.series. Then I'll be passing the list data1. Then I'll be now initially if I'll not mention any indexing, I'll get 0, 1 and 2 and so on. But if I'm mentioning indexing here as ABCD, I'll get these as the index of my series. So let me comment out this part and get it printed. You'll see now this is the list that I'm getting converting it into series. Now instead of 0, 1, I'm getting ABCD as indexing. Is it clear till here? Again, same things that I discussed. If I want to print dt dot values or dt1 dot keys, similar to the above section that we discussed. Again for dictionary, as I converted list into series, now I can also convert any dictionary into series. Similarly, same syntax, you need to write pd.series and you need to pass a dictionary here, and again indexing, that's your choice if you want to pass any indexing or not. Okay, Manthan. So this is how the main thing is here. As I already told you that in dictionaries we have keys and values, which are really important. You cannot change any key in dictionary. So I'm passing indexing here. So if any key is similar to the particular index, then it is giving me the value, same value. But I do not have any key named X, Y, and Z. It is giving me NaN, which means null. Now again, I have used the similar things that I discussed above, that this converting the list into the series and giving indexes, and this is the indexing that works in series similar to list, tuples, and not to dictionary. Reason being, they are unordered sequence that we have discussed really deeply, I guess, that how it is an unordered sequence. So if I want any particular column in the series, so I'll simply pass on the name of the index. So at dt1, at b index, we have mango. So similar with other things that we have used, like in list and tuple, and in dictionary as well, this slicing part, same. Again, this is for accessing the particular indexes in the series. This will print everything starting from 0 to the first index. Here you can see, instead of making separate variable for the list, I passed the list in this series section only. So you can also do this. Instead of defining the list separately, you can use give the values in the series also. And last, the slicing part that we have already discussed, that if I about the ending index and the starting index, if you will give 1 to 3, then you will get every element starting from 1 till 2, and in the last case you will get every element starting from 0th index, because we have not mentioned the starting index till the first index. You can see I'm getting everything from starting till the first index. Second index will be ignored. So this was all about dictionaries. Is it fine with you guys? Series, this was all about a series in pandas library. Is it clear to you guys? If you guys have any doubts, you can write it in the comment section. Okay, so let's see if, one or two questions on series now. Okay, Prakriti. Okay, Manthan. Let's see a few exercise on series. Similar to the arithmetic operations that we discussed yesterday, that here I am importing pandas as PD. Then I'll be converting these two lists into the series here. Then I need to add two series, or subtract or multiply or divide two series index wise. So you can simply write, I'm declaring a new variable S3 here, and converting the result that I'll be getting using SR1 and SR2 as S3, and getting it printed here. Similarly for other series also, you can see 2 plus 1 is 3. It is getting, I'll getting 3 as answer, then 4 plus 3 is 7. Similar for other operations, negative and star and underscore. Difference between pandas and dictionary. Vikas, dictionary is a data type used in Python, and pandas is in itself a library, used inbuilt library that you can use for data manipulation. So in pandas you have different data structures, and dictionary is itself a uh, data type that you use in Python. So any dictionary, any list can be converted into series. Series is a data structure used in pandas. Is it clear now? In Dulkar, I'll share all the PPTs after this class in the Telegram group. Don't worry. Yes, PD and pandas are both are same. Reason being, I'm giving that I am importing pandas but as PD. See, let me change anything here. I'll write PDS. So it will give me an error. Reason being, I have not used PDS here. Sorry, I should reconnect it. Is that clear? Till here, let me move further. PDs and pandas both are same. Reason being because I'm importing pandas as PD. So again, next exercise, if we want to convert a given series into array, we can use dot array. Like I converted this list into series and stored it in the variable a. Then I converted this series into array using a dot array. Now we want to check how this is converted, or if we are getting the answer or not. Then we can get the type. Let's get printed the type of a. It should be series because a is a series. See, it gives series. But now I want to get printed the type of C, as I have converted it into array. So I'm getting answer as arrays. You can see. Now converting a program in of series into list. Now I have two list. Now I want to convert it into one series that I already discussed above, that I'll be adding the series, then converting it into the another one, similar to the above first question that we discussed. I've added these two. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Till here is first list, and from here we have second list. Now how to create a series from dictionary, that we have already discussed, that we just need to pass on any dictionary in pd.series to get it converted. Now last question, that how to get any minimum 25th percentile, median, or anything of a series. Initially here I am getting one series. I have a list. I am converting it into series. Then I'm printing it simple till here. Now I need to get all this. Is it clear till here to you guys? Is everything clear, or you guys have any doubt till here? So this is the last question for today. Okay, so is everything clear? Any doubts? Can I move further? Okay, so clear till here. Okay, Manthan. So now I'm importing another library here that we'll be discussing in next class. I'm importing numpy as np. This is another library that we'll be discussing in detail in next class, that is tomorrow. So here initially I want to find out what is the maximum in this whole series, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should get answer as 5. Let me print it. So yes, and with a dot minimum method you can get the minimum value as answer. So let me tell you till here. Let us get it printed. See, the minimum value is maximum value is 5 and minimum is 1. It is fine till here. Okay, so next now I want to use this np library, and for median also you can calculate median using dot median method. From this series, for this series I want to calculate the median that we have. You must be knowing what median is. Median, mean. So You will just run it and you'll get, I guess, 4 as answer. Yeah, it is giving 4.0 as answer in the float number. So for getting any percentile, 25th, 75, any percentile, you need to use this library np.percentile, and then pass the series in it, a, name of the series, and then q is equals to the type of percentile you want to find. Like here I am finding the 25th percentile. I'll print it. I need to print median also. I forgot to print it. Sorry. So yeah, I'll get everything printed now. See, this is median. 3 is the median. And then I'm printing the 25th percentile, which is 2. And for 75th percentile, I'm getting 4 as the answer. For this, you need to use this NumPy library, np.percentile. And you can simply hover over anything in the Python or this collab notebook. Then you can get the detail. See, here I hovered over percentile. So it is telling me this is a function in NumPy library that I can use np.percentile, and as a I need to pass the name of the series, and then as q I need to pass the type of percentile I need to have. See, this it is written, I'll tell you, returns the qth percentile. So q is equals to 75 or 25, any number that you want. What is NP? NP is a library. As I discussed, pandas is a library. Numpy is also a library in Python that we'll be discussing in next class. This is just a small example that how you're gonna use it in next class. So I'm again, as I told you that for any library you need to use it, you need to import it. So import NumPy as NP. So then I can use different functions that I have in NP. np.percentile. I'll have to use this dot to access any function of NumPy library. So this was all about today. Is everything clear to everyone? If you guys have any doubt, you can tell me in the comment section, and let me share the attendance link with you guys again. And let me share my Twitter handle too. If you guys have any doubt till here, you can share in the comment section. Okay, clear. Okay, Manthan. Okay, Prakriti. So this was all about today's class. If you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section now, or we can also take up the doubts in the next class also. So all clear? Okay, Manvendra. Okay, Prakriti. Okay, Manthan. So let's meet in the next class. So this was all about from Python. From my side, yes, I'll be sharing the PPTs in the Telegram group. Don't worry. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you. Let's meet in the next class. Thank you, everyone.